Hi Aquarius, welcome to March. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy and create some special sacred space around this reading. So this month we have a full moon in Virgo on March 9th. And then Mercury goes direct the same day after having been retrograde. It's going direct in Aquarius. And then we have the spring equinox when the sun moves into Aries on the 20th of March. And the next day Saturn moves into your sign, Aquarius. And then we have a new moon in Aries on the 24th. So we'll get into the astrology later. But let's see what the cards have to say about love and relationships for Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know about love and relationships for the month of March 2020? What does Aquarius need to know about love and relationships for the month of March? The Ace of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, the Devil, the Sun, the Strength card, the Knight of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. Okay, so you're starting the month out with new beginnings. The Ace of Wands can represent, and especially this is the card that represents March, April, May in the time frame. There could be a new relationship or a new job coming, a new creative opportunity. I feel like you have the potential. There's a lot of doors opening up to you in March. And messages coming in, news coming in. You could be dealing with a fire sign, or even, well, a fire sign. But even if it's not a fire sign, the Queen of Wands energy is about someone who is taking a leadership role. So if there's a new job coming up, you could be offered a leadership role. I feel like that there's love, but there's also career energy happening this month. So some of you could be moving into a position of leadership. Now, when it comes to relationship, there could be new beginnings possible also. And you have to take action, though. I feel like you have to be the Queen of Wands in this. The Queen of Wands energy, she goes after what she wants. It's like she sees what she wants and she goes after it. So if there's someone that you're interested in, or if there's a relationship that you want to get moving, you're going to have to take the lead. You can't wait for the other person. I feel like the other person, you might be dealing with someone who's going through a difficult time. Maybe they're struggling with some type of addiction. Or some type of, I don't know, because the Devil energy is, it can mean that you're connecting with someone where you feel a strong attraction and there's a lot of chemistry. But it could also be that you feel it's hard to break away from this person. This person has a hold on you or something. In the past, you have the Four of Wands. This is a card of victory, stability, success, possibly even marriage. So you have the potential to form, I feel like you have the potential to form a relationship that could lead to marriage down the road. You have the Two of Pentacles here in the recent past. So some of you might have been juggling two different people. Or you might have been just really busy with a lot of projects, a lot of work. But I feel like now, this month, things are going to start to take off. So if you've been working on something, doors are going to be opening up. You're going to have more opportunity to connect with someone that could be, it could happen unexpectedly. because the Eight of Wands energy is fast energy. It's unexpected, news coming in, messages of love, sudden feelings developing. So there's going to be a lot of potential for new beginnings, especially since we have that new moon in Aries, and that is favorable to your sign. But it's a sextile aspect, and with the sextile aspect, the way that you have to benefit from it, it doesn't bring things to your doorstep. You have to take action. So you have to put something out there to benefit from this supportive energy. You can't just wait for something to happen. You have to make it happen. Or you have to at least take the initiative. So here with the Ace of Wands, you could be feeling very excited about some of the new things that are going on in March. There could be some new beginnings, new doors opening up, new, maybe even a potential relationship that brings excitement back into your life. That brings, like, you feel more energetic. So if things have been stagnant in the past, especially while Saturn was going through your 12th house, you might have felt overburdened with a lot of psychological issues. It was a time of clearing out and releasing. At the end of the month, Saturn is going to go into your sign. So you're going to feel more serious. You're going to really be focusing on what you really want to achieve. It can bring more responsibility, more work, but also more recognition when you're being seen more as a leader or as someone who can get things done, someone who's organized. So the Devil card here, this could be a relationship where you feel a strong physical attraction. It's passion, but it's also fear. I feel like there's some fear connected to this. Like you might be afraid of being overwhelmed by the relationship, because the feelings are so intense. And here you have the Sun card. This is in your fear sector. The Sun card means you can connect with someone that you can have, that it could possibly, it could be someone that you really enjoy being with. Someone that, you don't even notice the time when you're together. But the feelings are so intense that it could scare you. I think it's going to scare you because you're not used to that kind of intensity. You may have in the past wanted to keep things light, just that, like, let's just be friends, let's just be free, But this new beginning is going to be more intense. And you might be feeling a little bit afraid of that intensity, afraid that it's going to limit you or overwhelm you or change who you are in some way. But the Sun is a great card to have in the reading because it means that you can overcome any of the problems. Anything that you've had, and any problems you've had in the past can be overcome with the Sun. The Sun means it's going to be okay. Don't worry. Don't stress. Now, in your environment, you have the Strength card. This is a card that represents someone who's having a problem managing their emotions. So you could be dealing with someone who goes to extremes of emotion. Maybe they don't know how to deal with their anger. They don't know how to ask for what they need. They don't know how to get their needs met without having a major come apart. So, but at the same time, I feel like you're helping someone to heal. So someone might be going through a difficult time, maybe needing counseling, maybe having some mental issues that need healing. And you can be a good friend to this person. You can help them through a difficult time. Sometimes this card could represent a Leo. You could be dealing with a Leo or a fire sign. But even if it's not the sign, it's someone that you care about and you want to help them. And they're very appreciative. They appreciate very much your concern and your healing. It's like you're healing their wound in some way. In your wish fulfillment, you have this Knight of Wands. So this comes up sometimes when you're changing jobs or changing where you live, changing your location. So maybe the work that you do is changing. Your company might be moving, or you might be moving, or you might just have this Ace of Wands could mean for some of you that there's this new job opportunity, and it could involve having to move to take this opportunity. And the Devil sometimes can represent fear, like I'm afraid, And here you have the Eight of Swords, so it's like a fear of moving out of something, fear of walking away from something. Like you may have felt trapped or restricted, like your options were limited in the past. I was afraid to take action, or I was afraid to move out of this situation that was limiting or restrictive. Maybe you're afraid to leave a relationship or a job situation. But that's going to change in March. I feel like you're going to take action, you're going to make some changes, even if it's scary. And sometimes the Devil card can mean someone trying to hold on to you, like you feel bound to a person, like it's hard to break free from them. Maybe it's like a codependent relationship. Some of you it could be like a codependent relationship where you're helping a needy person, and you feel like, I can't leave this person. What would happen to them if I left them? They really need me, and they play the victim, and they keep you tied to them. This also could represent, the Knight of Wands could be that you're connecting with someone that's a little bit flighty. The Knight of Wands energy is someone who's a lot of fun when they're around, but they're not stable. They make promises that they don't keep. And so you never know where you stand with this person. But I just feel that you're going to have more than one opportunity. So if you're in a relationship that is not exactly what you want, something that makes you feel trapped, or someone that is too needy, or with someone who's too unreliable, doesn't follow through on their promises, you're going to have opportunities for some new beginnings. You don't have to stay stuck, is what I'm trying to say. You can, because you really want something that's stable and solid. You want someone that you can count on. Someone that can bring joy and sunshine to your life. You don't need to stay in a situation that's draining, or that's taking advantage of your kindness, or with someone who doesn't value what you have to contribute in a love relationship. But nothing is going to change unless you make the change. So, if you're expecting, oh, well, maybe that person will leave me. No, they're not leaving. And you have to overcome your fear. If you're in a relationship that's not working, don't be afraid to walk away, because there will be other opportunities. So let's see what the astrology has to say. So for you, your full moon is happening in the 8th house. The moon is in Virgo in the 8th house. The sun is in Pisces in the 2nd house. And you've been having a lot of energy going through your 12th house. So you are at this stage of, you're having a lot of psychological materials coming up. A lot of things are coming up from your unconscious. It's like time for you to, it's the end of a cycle. Like you really need to confront whatever baggage you've been carrying and release it. So it would be a good time, if you feel like someone is draining you, if you feel like someone is too much of a burden, don't be afraid to end something. If you feel also that you're not being valued, that you're not getting enough, there's not enough intimacy in your life, or there's not enough reciprocal, you're not getting the love that you need. Because the 8th and the 2nd house has to do with your money situation, but it also has to do with your self-esteem and the support that you get from others. So if you haven't felt supported in a relationship, it may be time to think about breaking free, so that you can get the love that you need, so that you're free to connect with someone that can give you. And you have these opportunities. Opportunities are going to be knocking in March. So don't let fear hold you back from a new life. Venus is going to be moving into Taurus, and it's connecting with Uranus. So there could be some surprise developments around your home life. With Uranus in the 4th house, you could have sudden repair, people moving in, people moving out, sudden repairs, sudden love, or you could be working on some creative project from home. You might be developing a side business where you do something creative out of your house. But I really feel that there's going to be an opportunity for love that is going to help you deal with the 6th and 12th house issues. So, because you have the North and South node. The North node is in the 6th house, and the South node is in the 12th house. The South node represents hospitals, prisons, institutions. The sixth house represents service and health. So if you have been neglecting your health because you've been taking care of everybody, or if you've been neglecting something that you need to face, that you've been avoiding dealing with, so you might need to talk to someone about it. Like, how do I deal with this person? How do I deal with... You have to stop sacrificing yourself at the expense of your health. You have to start to think about what's good for me and what do I need to be happy, and what do I need to be, especially in career and health, because the sixth house represents your day-to-day employment. It also represents your health. So it's ruled by Cancer, which means you need to be nurtured. You need to be in a situation where you're feeling that someone's got your back, or you're being nurtured, you're being valued. And that could be for career as well as a relationship. Because if you give too much of yourself, if you let people drain you, it's going to affect your health. And you may have been so focused on serving and doing what's expected of you that you're not really thinking about, well, what do I need? I'm spending all this time and energy worrying about everybody else. What about me? So it's okay to think about you for this month. It's okay to take care of your needs and take care of your health. And say no to people. Say no to those draining relationships. Venus conjunct Uranus can give you a new lease on life. Can bring some new exciting developments that can free you from some responsibilities that have been weighing you down. And let's see, Mercury's going to be in your... Okay, this is at the full moon. Yeah. So, definitely the focus is on money and also on your health and your work environment. So, maybe if you feel like you're not making enough or you're not being paid enough, you need to look for another job, move out of a relationship that's not valuing you. It's important that you get what you deserve this month. And that can mean taking action towards something new. Now, the new moon in Aries is happening on March 24th. And that's happening in your third house. And it's connecting with Chiron. So there could be some healing taking place with relatives, brothers, sisters, siblings, aunts, uncles, your neighbors, your immediate environment. There could be some new beginning where you decide to maybe take action, maybe reach out and ask for help from a sibling if you're going through a difficult time. Because you have a lot of planets when you have planets going through the 12th house, it's kind of like you're coming to the end of us. The 12th house is our unconscious. It's the house of hidden enemies. It's the house of where we self-sabotage. It's the house of hospitals, prisons, restriction, things that are hidden. I feel like things are going to come to the surface at the full moon in Virgo. And so that you can see what's there and you can heal it and release it. But also the new moon gives you an opportunity to create a new beginning. Let cycles that are, clear out the baggage, remove anything that's not working so that you can get ready for when Saturn moves into the first house, you're going to feel a sense of accomplishment. It's kind of like when you have the basement, it's got all this junk and you go out there and you straighten it out and you give away stuff and now it's clean. You feel a sense like you're tired, and you got rid of a lot of stuff and you let go of things that you were attached to, but now you're feeling free and you feel a sense of accomplishment. As Saturn crosses your ascendant, you may feel like you've been working really hard. It's been making you feel, maybe you've been feeling tired or feeling lonely. You feel like you're struggling by yourself. Don't be afraid to reach out to others because you have this new moon in your third house. It's a house of communication. So you have the ability to start something new that involves maybe writing, communicating, connecting with others, with relatives. So if you've been not really talking to people around you, reach out, talk to them, connect with them. Uranus is in your 4th house, and you have Mercury in the 2nd house, and it's going to be sextile Uranus. So there could be some news about a contract or money coming in around the new moon. And Venus in the 4th house, when Venus travels through your 4th house, you may feel like decorating or changing your environment so that it better suits your needs. You're just going to feel more at home when Venus is in the 4th house. You're going to feel like decorating. Let me, paint the walls or change the furniture. You might be in a new environment that's more harmonious, that's not as cluttered or not as restrictive. And at the equinox, Mars is conjunct Jupiter and Pluto. It's moving towards Jupiter and Pluto. So that's a time of taking action. Mars is going to make you want to take action. In Capricorn, though, it's in your 12th house. So if you've been repressing some anger, maybe you need to release that. You need to deal with your anger. If something's been bothering you, maybe you need to talk about it. Because once Mars crosses over into Aquarius, you're going to feel more energetic. But right now, Mars is in Capricorn, so it's helping you to clear out the junk. Clear out the emotional baggage, the psychological baggage. Deal with anyone that you feel has been working against you. Or even your own habits. Change your habits so that you have a more healthy lifestyle. Mars is going to give you that energy to do that. So prepare for new beginnings this month. Don't let fear or obsessions or addictions get in the way of this new life that's on offer. Because it can change your life in a good way. It can bring the sun back into your life. So cancel any negative thinking, cancel any self-limiting beliefs. Focus on what you can achieve. Because you're on the path. It's almost like you're not feeling it right now because everything's in the 12th house. As all these planets move into your 1st house, that's when you're going to start to see results. So don't stop the work. Keep plodding away and removing the obstacles. And eventually you're going to see success and joy. And you could be connecting with someone. Don't be afraid to connect with someone that can bring more fun into your life, that can bring more joy. Don't be negative. Like if you're thinking negatively, like, oh, that's not going to happen to me, it's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy because your behavior is going to follow your thoughts. So your thoughts rule your behavior. You have to start with the positive thought and then take positive action. And it's like a domino effect that can bring more. You have this potential with the sun here. And this Ace of Wands. New energy is coming in. Take advantage of it. So that's my forecast for March, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you liked it, click on the like button or the subscribe button. And if you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box and it'll take you to my website. We can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, thank you everyone who has supported this channel. Thank you. If you're new, welcome. And if you've left comments, thank you. I love reading all the comments. And have a wonderful March. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.